Hey guys, Dark Macy's here. We're gonna be hitting some Steam Next Fest games. I'm kind of procrastinating here. So the first one we'll be looking at is Systematic of War by Play of Battle. What I will start out by doing though is looking at the Steam page and kind of giving you an idea of what this game is. So Lead Your Nation in a modern grand strategy game. So it has a start date of 2008 to 2025. And that is in the game. When you go to new game, you have each year in the demo you can only play as Poland. The idea is a central focus of a European war where in 2008 you have if you should know modern history by this point, 2014 Crimea was taken by Russia. The idea with this started in 2008. It is a European conflict in that where you have Poland, Ukraine, Russia, US, China, Turkey. There'll also be more. And kind of the backdrop of this game, it isn't just a strategy, but you have a campaign map also. So it's using a macroeconomic model with exchange rates, diplomacy, hybrid warfare, and you go into the kinetic warfare on a strategic map and into or you have the strategic map and you go into an RTS battle with the focal points. What we'll be doing in this actual demo is more of the battle metric stuff, and what you can kind of see through here, a lot of the stuff you can look at all of your cannons, you have research, stuff like that. So there is some bit where you can do some research. You of course have your economic stuff here, the battle stuff like that, and you have Abrams and T-72s with that as well. That's kind of the idea with it, with how this will be go through. No provinces or abstract regions, so it's all about road connections and taking road connections to cities. So it's all of that. You have the economy portion, military units, and then battles of real world locations, push your diplomacy, your actual pivotal moments, history type deal. So the idea with this is a fun little grand strategy game. It comes out maybe in a couple weeks, technically. Let me check that. So I'm kind of retarded because it says right here Q4 2026. So a different game I was thinking of comes out. Then I'm don't mind me. I'm kind of retarded sometimes. Okay. So let's give you the idea of this, and we have some stuff to kind of go through. Let's play as Poland. Let's watch some of the cutscenes and see how this goes.
Another ordinary day. People rushing to work. Children play in the snow. You can almost smell the Christmas. But this artificial order is about to break. The shots haven't been fired yet, but the world already knows. The pawns were moved silently, and the game is already in play.
If another conflict breaks out in Ukraine, is Poland prepared for what might come?
If Russia decides to invade Ukraine, Poland will need to mobilize its military forces and secure the eastern border. The ongoing conflict could have unprecedented consequences. We must remain strong and united as difficult decisions lie ahead. You are not just a spectator. From this moment on, you are the decision maker. You will lead Poland through the critical months before the Russian invasion. You will conduct hybrid warfare to buy time, build up forces, and strengthen alliances. Use every tool at your disposal. Balance diplomacy and economic strength. Secure foreign investment and defend critical national infrastructure. Take command and lead your troops into the fight. Steer Poland towards victory or face its collapse and the downfall of the region.
I mean, hell, the game, of course the developers would make a better case for the game than I did. That's kind of the idea with this scenario. I'm not sure how much of this is actually map. I know skirmish, you kind of go through the skirmish battles, but I want to kind of give you guys a taste of how the economic and all of this stuff kind of goes as well. Before we hop into some battle stuff. So your economy stands firm, public finances remain stable, and national debt is lower than most EU countries. Yeah, Poland actually has been very good in growth in its economic plan over the last probably about 10 years or so. Probably one of the best economies in Europe. Yet tension grows along the eastern border. Russian, Belarusian provocations intensify, and the war in Ukraine seems inevitable. Use the remaining time to prepare your country for the upcoming clash. Secure Western support and build an army capable of repelling the aggression, or you will dare stand in the defense of the former inhabitants of the Commonwealth. The global systematic war is already underway. So this is the cool map. I do like its aesthetics with that. Of course, the couple of things that you can kind of see through here. And then here's our portion with Poland. So when we're looking at Russia, remember, Belarus and Russia are allied. At this point, we know Ukraine is taken here. And then in reality, was it through here? So it's Donetsk and Donetsk. So Kharkov, that's the actual line. So this itself was what started the war, I think. All right, so we had a German division up here. I think our biggest key is to be holding Brest is actually in Belarus. I did not know that. So if I were to do anything, I would say they're going to come down here. They're going to come down through here. And there's an infantry, an AA, and then have a, this is an artillery division. We'll move up here. Let's move, what is a anti-tank artillery division. We'll move up here. Also move this here. Logistics. I'm gonna move this portion. We have to stack against the Russians here. MLRS is actually pretty good. Let's move up through here. Issue is going to be, what do we do? This is a light infantry brigade. Maybe we put them there. That's a US. That's supplies. It's gonna be a hell of a fight actually to deal with this. It's cool, the picture actually moves in that. So that's kind of what we have. We have another light infantry brigade here. I'm thinking I need to... All right, so we're gonna go off face cam for a little bit. So this is the world map here. Looking at this, first you got the US. You can only see your country at this point, and what you can see on your borders on that. And so here we are with Poland. Everything is by routes. So we have some light infantry. The logistics brigade does have a bit of potential. We could do anti-tank barriers. There is a tank portion here. This anti-tank barrier is already there. It's gonna be a bit difficult. Of course, we got hybrid warfare. Now this could help. It's in depth. This escalation. What is really going to help my economy? Can I actually increase some of this? Oh, so economy wise, it's not anything here. Okay, there's like policy points. Okay, cool. And then Abrams. Well, we can only produce T-72s. Ooh. Ah, okay. Those produce 80. EMPs. We don't have our own. Do some Mi-28s. Okay, so you have a whole economic thing that is interesting, that you need to actually look at everything you're producing, which is an interesting idea. You actually have slots. So like, here's the research you'll eventually be able to go through. Obviously it's not available in the demo, so it's actually cool there. And then in a hangar, this is where you would design your brigades. You would design entire unit brigades. Okay, that's really, really cool. Okay. Let's look at this. Can we, let's see what that does. That's like 20 days. Russia just actually broke. They actually broke with us.
NATO refuses to consider our
Okay, this
proposals
is
for
cool.
de-escalation and the prevention of dangerous incidents in a constructive manner. On the contrary, the alliance continues to move its military infrastructure irresponsibly closer to Russia's borders, while missile defense systems are being deployed in Romania and Poland. American intermediate-range missiles could appear on European territory at any moment. The nightmare scenario of military confrontation returns, one that this continent has already lived through following NATO's so-called dual-track decision. Europe remains silent. Ukraine is receiving growing volumes of Western weapons, encouraging its leadership to sabotage the Minsk agreements and creating the illusion that the conflict can be resolved by force. We call on the United States to sign a binding agreement on security guarantees, one that will ensure stability in Europe and prevent further escalation.
Okay, now that's cool. There's like video things with it. Now they're conducting a cyber attack against me. Could I get US troops in Poland? How could I do this? I need to do status, services. How's the GDP increasing? And then we'd be able to build by like the, That's cool. That is actually really cool.
Security architecture is a mutually agreed, explicitly or implicitly accepted system.
Okay, that's we're not gonna worry about those videos. Oh, that's because they're doing this exercise.
In a moment, you will begin military maneuvers on the Suwałki Gap as part of the Tarchev's Hood simulation. You will enter real-time gameplay, go through every stage of the battle, and learn the game mechanics.
All right, so here we'll get a slight tutorial. And then once we get the slide tutorial, I think this would be a good like flavor of how this game will be when it's out with the new stuff.
Commander, welcome to the operational simulation. We will begin training with the Battle Management System, BMS, to prepare you for leading our forces to victory. Every engagement begins with the deployment phase, the stage of preparation. But before we move on to force deployment, you'll first become familiar with the battlefield observation systems and camera controls. To move the camera, use the WASD keys.
WASD.
Rotate the camera by holding the middle mouse button and moving the mouse. To zoom in or out, use the mouse scroll wheel or press Q or E.
I'd say mouse scroll in probably needs
to purchase a unit.
Be a little
you
bit
must
faster.
First select a deployment zone, either by clicking it on the battlefield or by using the icon in the top left corner. Now let's start deploying units.
Okay.
Command has assigned you 2 infantry squads, transported in a KTO Rosomark, and supplies points required to deploy them. To deploy a unit, click the corresponding button in the deployment UI, then select a point on the map. You can only deploy units inside the blue lines, which mark the sectors controlled by your forces.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Infantry units can be deployed directly inside a transport vehicle. To do this, first click the Combined Unit button, then select the infantry unit.
Combined unit button.
Kierunek potwierdzony.
Combined unit button.
Czekamy na polecenia. Zrozumiano. Czekam na rozkazy. Tak jest. Rozkazy? Na rozkaz.
Is there a button I'm missing? First hit the combined unit button and then select the infantry.
Gotowi do akcji.
Unit ready.
Gotowi do akcji. Zgłaszam się. Gotowi do akcji.
Where's the combined unit button? What? Units. I wasn't paying attention. It's probably right at my face. Hold on a second.
Controlled sectors. To do this, select a unit and right-click on the target location on the map.
All right, so what I was supposed to do
Move any of
was
your units to point Alpha.
click on this in the menu, and then click. There's a little tab, and then click the infantry.
Naprzód.
Excellent work, Commander. Let's conclude the deployment phase. To proceed, press the spacebar or click Start Battle. The battlefield is divided into sectors, each of which can be controlled by either side of the conflict. To secure the sector, you must capture all control points within its boundaries. To capture a control point, your units must be inside its area, with no enemy presence during the capture. Order your units to secure Sector Bravo.
Okay,
Zgłaszam się. Zajmuję pozycję. Naprzód.
let's roll our VIX on the road. And we'll get our infantry out into the buildings. Because we'd rather have the infantry in areas. So we have smart sector defense, smoke screens, rotate, attack, unload units, stop. So normal stuff, nothing
Tak
crazy.
jest, dowódco. Przyjąłem.
Of course, cover and concealment are a thing.
Czekamy na polecenia. Działamy. Czekamy na polecenia.
Have
Naprzód.
this unit
Critical
get
sector
ready.
secured.
In some sectors, control points are located inside buildings. To capture such a point, an infantry unit must enter the building.
Czekamy na polecenia.
Sector Charlie is one of these sectors. Use an infantry unit to capture it.
We're gonna go up, get infantry units out here. We'll get a line of sight from these locations.
Na rozkaz. Przyjąłem. Dowódco. Zgłaszam się. Rozkazy? Czekam na rozkazy.
I do like how the symbol is where it tells you your front armor is
Czekam
associated
na
with.
rozkazy. Tak jest, dowódco.
Okay, since we're here, we're gonna move up,
Wykonuję. Dowódco.
get our armor
Oddział w gotowości.
over here. Of course, we're not going to be pushed by anything. It is a tutorial, so. This does have a Bushmaster and a machine gun. So there is 100% hits and then out to 25% out there. So
Gotowi do akcji. Tak jest, dowódco. Czekamy na polecenia.
Critical sector secured.
There are two key resources in battle: supplies and intel. Supplies are earned by controlling the battlefield. Your income is based on a fixed base value, modified by the percentage of sectors under your control. They are the primary resource required for recruiting all units and activating certain support abilities. Intel is required to deploy higher tier units, establish and upgrade deployment zones, and call in support from outside the battlefield. You gain a small amount of intel passively by holding sectors. Additional intel is earned by detecting enemy forces, destroying enemy reconnaissance units, or using your own recon unit's abilities.
we have enemy recon units in
Tak
Charlie.
jest, dowódco.
There they are.
Rozkazy? Dowódco. Oddział w gotowości.
We're gonna hold this. $100 points. How do you use recon abilities?
Oddział w gotowości. Gotowi do akcji. Działamy. Rozkazy? Tak jest, dowódco.
Deployment zone. There we go.
Na rozkaz.
Enemy unit
Czekam na
destroyed.
rozkazy. Zgłaszam się. Wykonuję rozkaz. Czekamy na polecenia. Oddział w gotowości. Czekamy na polecenia. Kierunek potwierdzony. Na rozkaz. Przemieszczam się. Zgłaszam się. Tak jest. Tak jest. Wykonuję. Czekam na rozkazy. Zgłaszam się. Działamy. Rozkazy? Ruszamy. Kierunek potwierdzony. Tak jest, dowódco. Oddział w gotowości. Gotowi do
There's the other two.
Przemieszczam się.
Enemy unit destroyed. Enemy
Czekam na
unit
rozkazy.
destroyed.
Deploying units during battle works differently than in the deployment phase. Units arrive near a deployment zone, though deployment requires time and each zone can deploy only one unit at once. Because of this, you may need additional deployment zones during battle. To acquire one, press the button in the top left corner of the screen. This costs 100. New deployment zones arrive in the form of a deployment truck. To turn it into a functional base, it must be assembled.
Okay.
Select the truck, use the deploy ability, and choose the target location.
Naprzód.
Deployment zones can only be established within sectors under your control.
Let's establish it back here behind the tree line.
Czekam na rozkazy. Zrozumiano. Na rozkaz. Na rozkaz. Na rozkaz. Zgłaszam się.
See what this is. Okay. And you can actually remove it and move it. Okay. I need to actually deploy it on point Bravo. That's actually cool. You can remove it with that.
Czekamy na polecenia.
Any deployment zone, except the initial one, can be reverted back into a supply truck when needed. To unlock access to more advanced units, a deployment zone must be upgraded. There are 3 tiers of upgrades, and each unit belongs to one of these tiers.
Okay.
To upgrade a deployment zone, select an established one and press the upgrade button on the unit panel. Upgrading requires intel points and temporarily disables the zone. Forests and buildings obstruct line of sight for your units. As commander, you can review what your forces currently see and preview visibility from any chosen position. To enable the visibility overlay, keep in mind that just because your units can see an area doesn't mean every enemy there will be detected. Some units have stealth statistic that can be further increased by being in forest or building.
Okay.
To counter this, specialized units such as electronic warfare vehicles are available. Command has granted you access to one, along with the resources needed to deploy it. Now that the unit is on the battlefield, let's put it to work. Enemy forces are concealed in the forest within Sector Delta. Use your electronic warfare vehicle to locate and eliminate them.
Czekamy na polecenia. Przyjąłem. Kierunek potwierdzony. Zrozumiano. Dowódco, czekamy na polecenia. Rozkazy? Dowódco?
Let's set up there.
Rozkazy? Zrozumiano. Gotowi do akcji.
Let's start moving. My guess is they're in here somewhere.
Na rozkaz.
Nice. Okay, so it pings it over there.
Dowódco? Działamy. Oddział w gotowości.
Yeah, I want you to unload the unit here.
Tak jest. Czekam na
Unload
rozkazy.
this unit here.
Wykonuję rozkaz.
That's
Zgłaszam się.
really cool. That is a cool mechanic.
Tak jest.
And obviously this isn't going to be anything.
Czekam na rozkazy. Zgłaszam się. Oddział w gotowości. Na rozkaz. Tak jest. Dowódco? Rozkazy? Zrozumiano, dowódco.
The infantry squad with the growth. There's an RPG-7 on it.
Czekam na rozkazy. Zgłaszam się. Oddział w gotowości. Oddział w gotowości. Oddział w gotowości.
Enemy
Tak
unit
jest.
destroyed.
Dowódco? 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 Zajmuje pozycję. Rozkazy? Wykonuję rozkaz.
Enemy unit
Gotowi
destroyed.
do akcji. Tak jest, dowódco. Dowódco. Na rozkaz. Naprzód. Zrozumiano, dowódco. Gotowi do akcji. Czekam na rozkazy. Na rozkaz.
We got the EW there.
Czekamy na polecenia.
Sector secured.
Czekamy na polecenia. Czekam na rozkazy. Czekamy na
There they are.
polecenia. Zajmuję pozycję. Ruszamy.
Unload.
Na rozkaz.
Infantry will move faster in the tree line, typically. You'll be seeing them here in a second.
Wykonuję. Zrozumiano, dowódco. Zrozumiano, dowódco.
Now they're retreating. They've broken.
Naprzód. Ruszamy. Działamy.
Enemy unit destroyed.
In addition to terrain features that block visibility, certain obstacles like uneven ground may block only the line of fire. To check this and to view your unit's weapon ranges, activate the range overlay. Press the V key or click the highlighted button above the minimap to armored vehicles, such as the KTO Rosomac, have different levels of armor depending on the side. To check the armor of your unit, select it and click the shield icon in the unit panel. Each side of the vehicle has two values: kinetic defense and heat defense. These represent the penetration types used by different kinds of weapons.
Zgłaszam.
Every weapon relies on one specific penetration type. Commander, you've just gained access to new units for purchase in the deployment zone. along with a
The
steady
heart
supply
attack
of
piercing.
resources. Use them to eliminate all enemy forces within the training area and complete the exercise.
Okay. Recon squad. Micro UAVs.
Unit ready.
During battle, you also have access to off-map support, such as artillery barrages or AGM strikes. These can be activated by clicking the button in the bottom right corner of the screen.
Unit ready.
Be aware that using support consumes both supplies and intel. Call in an artillery barrage on enemy units.
Unit ready.
Note that using artillery is side objective. Completing side objectives is not required to finish the mission, but doing so will grant you additional rewards.
Rozkazy? Przemieszczam się!
Unit
Dowódco,
ready.
czekamy na polecenia. Wykonuję. Czekam na rozkazy. Na rozkaz. Ruszamy.
Unit ready.
Dowódco? Zrozumiano, dowódco. Wykonuję. Dowódco?
Unit ready.
Oddział w gotowości.
Unit ready.
Wykonuję rozkaz. Działamy. Gotowi do akcji. Tak jest, dowódco.
I want to use like this missile formation.
Unit ready.
Na rozkaz. Rozkazy?
Unit ready.
Na rozkaz.
Enemy captured the sector.
Tak
Unit
jest,
ready.
dowódco.
Enemy captured the
się.
sector.
Wykonuję. Zajmuję pozycję. Naprzód. Zgłaszam się. Oddział w gotowości. Zrozumiano. Czekam na rozkazy. Przemieszczam się. Zgłaszam się. W drodze. Gotowi do akcji. W drodze. Czekam na
Unit ready.
rozkazy.
Unit ready.
Launched.
Unit ready.
Czekamy na polecenia. Dowódco. Czekamy na
Unit
polecenia.
ready.
Zgłaszam się. Wykonuję. Rozkazy?
Unit
Tak jest,
ready.
dowódco. W drodze. Wykonuję rozkaz.
Infantry
Rozkazy?
unit lost.
Gotowi do akcji.
Unit ready.
Rozkazy? Na rozkaz. Czekamy na polecenia. Oddział w gotowości. Zgłaszam się. Kierunek potwierdzony. Kierunek potwierdzony. Wykonuję rozkaz. Na rozkaz! Na rozkaz! W drodze! Dowódco?
Enemy captured
Zajmuję
the sector.
pozycję. Czekam na rozkazy.
Unit retreating.
Zrozumiano, dowódco. Gotowi do akcji.
Infantry unit lost.
Rozkazy? Czekam na rozkazy. Zgłaszam się.
IFV unit lost.
Zgłaszam się. Czekam na rozkazy. Czekamy na polecenia.
Unit retreating.
Tak jest,
IFV
dowódco.
unit lost.
Czekam na rozkazy. Tak jest, dowódco. Na rozkaz. Dowódco. Dowódco. Oddział w gotowości.
Unit
Czekam Czekamy na
retreating.
polecenia. Zgłaszam się. Oddział w gotowości.
Enemy
Gotowi
captured the
do akcji.
sector.
Zrozumiano. Zrozumiano, dowódco.
Okay.
Tak jest, dowódco. Dowódco. Zajmuję pozycję. Gotowi do akcji. Na rozkaz.
Recon unit
Ooh.
lost.
Zrozumiano.
A recon unit only has...
Ruszamy.
Unit retreating.
Oh, damn.
Recon unit lost.
Locking on target. Zgłaszam się. Dowódco. Tak jest, dowódco. Potwierdzam. Czekamy na polecenia. Oddział w gotowości. Dowódco.
Unit ready.
Zrozumiano, dowódco. Oddział w gotowości. Gotowi do akcji. Ruszamy. Czekam na
Unit ready.
rozkazy. Potwierdzam.
Unit retreating.
Rozkazy?
Sector secured.
Gotowi do akcji. Zgłaszam się.
Sector secured. Unit ready.
Tak jest, dowódco.
Unit retreating.
Na rozkaz. Na rozkaz. Naprzód.
Infantry unit lost.
Zrozumiano,
Unit ready.
dowódco. Zrozumiano, dowódco. Wykonuję rozkaz. Działamy. Dowódco,
IFV unit lost.
przyjąłem. Rozkazy?
Unit retreating.
Potwierdzam. Oddział w gotowości. Czekam na rozkazy. Tak jest, dowódco.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Gotowi do akcji. Działamy. Dowódco. Ruszamy. Naprzód. Zgłaszam się. Na rozkaz. Zrozumiano. Czekamy na polecenia. Naprzód. Dowódco.
Enemy unit destroyed. IFV unit lost.
Dowódco. Czekam na rozkazy.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Przemieszczam się.
Okay.
Tak jest. Zgłaszam się. Czekam na rozkazy. Zrozumiano. Tak jest.
It's gonna be all about actually getting in places where you can ambush.
Rozkazy? Wykonuję rozkaz. Tak jest, dowódco. Oddział w gotowości. Przyjąłem. Na rozkaz. Zajmuję pozycję.
Enemy unit destroyed. Enemy unit destroyed.
Okay. We lost some units. This is gonna be fun because not everything can be just kind of saved or anything like that. Which is gonna be a fun game. And then those units go back to where they were. Can I actually deploy units? Oh. Tenth Brigade. Oh, it was T-72s. We can add to the tank brigades. Okay. What 10th? 10th I feel is good. 17th we put those on. But the 4th is good. Oh, it reorders it. Let's get an electric here. And then 2 recon companies. Yeah, let's add another brigade. Mechanized infantry. Then we'll go support. And 2 mechanized and then an anti-tank. The 2 artillery. 2 self-propelled. 2 spags. Yeah. An electronic warfare. A UAV and 2 recon companies. We don't have that many. T-72s. Ah, okay. Now that's cool as well because you're kind of putting it together from that. Okay, now that is really awesome. You're training that new brigade. I don't know where it actually is at. Okay.
This is...
We kind of notice that's going to happen. Okay, so it actually happens there. Can we get that? No hybrid. At this point, we should be able to get US. All right, let's get US troop deployments. Threat of nuclear escalation. Really, Russia? Okay.
Today we are live from...
Oh, it is the 22nd, isn't it? All right, let's detonate Nord Stream then. Wait, Kiev just fell? Oh my god, their invasion actually worked from the north. Unlike in reality. Well, this is going to be an issue. Wow, that fast. You know what? I'm escalating to full-scale conflict. Okay, I can't actually do that. Not gonna lie, I need set v3s. Give me set v3s, and then give me HIMARS. I can make BMP ones. And Carl Gustavs. Oh, this is only available during peacetime. Oh. I didn't actually do that. So there's going to be an actual order that you have to do things. Damn, we were caught red-handed.
The Russian Federation.
I can't actually do this. Wow, this is going to be a crazy game once this kind of goes through. Oh, okay. Any tanks? Okay, that's actually pretty cool how that is. You can rename. Oh, this is different. This is entire sectors. Oh. Okay. Okay, now that's cool. Well, I'll have to fiddle more with that, which the 2008 might be a bit of a fun time. Oh my god, the Baltic states just capitulated to Russia.
Tu generał Andrzej Waldemarski, dowództwo sił lądowych. Wiemy, że
And so it begins. Can I play this battle? Okay.
Braniewo, a small town in the northwest part of Poland, is a key operational foothold in the region and the first line of defense in the event of Russian aggression from Kaliningrad territory. The fall of Braniewo would allow Russian forces to bypass the difficult terrain of Warmia and Masuria, dominated by lakes, wetlands, and poor infrastructure, providing access to the Vistula River Valley, the only viable operational corridor leading south toward the capital of the country, Warsaw. Securing the town of Braniewo not only stops enemies' advance, but also creates a real opportunity for a strike deep into Russian territory, potentially leading to the capture of Kaliningrad, along with its port and critical infrastructure. This would enable further offensive operations towards Sovetsk and Gusiev to establish full control over the Kaliningrad territory.
That I did not know.
Constitutes a strategic junction point in the border region with the Kaliningrad Oblast, crucial for halting the Russian offensive in this area of operations. The region of engagement is highly urbanized. Intense combat in urban conditions should be expected, where short-range fire will dominate. The town also hosts the headquarters of two military units, the 9th Armored Cavalry Brigade and the 43rd Border Defense Battalion. The Paswenka River forms a natural defensive line within the city. Our defensive operations will be concentrated behind it. Key crossings over the Paswenka will serve as critical points in the city's defense. We must also pay attention to smaller footbridges, which could be used by enemy infantry to cross. To hold the city, we must control three key sectors: hospital, city center, and barracks.
That is actually a really good portion. Okay, so I'm gonna have that in armor, infantry, support squad. Give me two of these, two of these. Really? Okay, that's actually really cool. Yeah, because we can always stop. I don't think we'll be able to actually hold them at these footbridges. Okay, actually, we might be able to. Is there? Where's our deployment zone?
Oddział w gotowości. Czekamy na polecenia. Kierunek potwierdzony. Tak jest.
That deployment zone's there. Do we have another deployment zone? No. So actually, I might want to deploy this.
Oddział w gotowości. Zgłaszam się. Na rozkaz. Czekamy na polecenia. Gotowi do akcji.
I should probably want to
Przemieszczam się.
deploy it here.
Działamy.
Okay, for these ones, so how you do is I hit this and this.
Unit ready.
Czekam na rozkazy. Zgłaszam się. Czekamy na polecenia. Przyjąłem.
Nope, nope, nope. That's not how you do it.
Unit ready.
There we go.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
That's how you do it. Put bridges over here.
Unit ready.
You know, we don't have the supplies there. So we're gonna have to fight.
Unit ready. Unit ready. Unit ready.
So I'm gonna need an EW
Unit
squad
ready.
there. An EW squad
Unit
here.
ready.
An EW squad
ready.
here. W squad here.
Unit ready. Unit ready. Unit ready.
One.
Oddział w gotowości. Wykonuję.
So 1, 2 on that. 1, 2 on that.
Gotowi do akcji. Działamy. Czekam na rozkazy. Przyjąłem. Gotowi do akcji.
Okay. And then
Unit ready. Unit ready.
I'm doing anything here, it's gonna be this one looks a little bit spicy over on the left side. Okay, and now this I'm gonna keep a little bit of these. What do I need?
Unit ready. Unit ready. Unit ready. Unit ready. Unit ready. Unit ready. Unit ready.
Tak jest, dowódco. Tak jest, dowódco. Wykonuję rozkaz. Tak jest, dowódco. Kierunek potwierdzony. Dowódco.
Okay.
Na rozkaz. Dowódco. Zrozumiano, dowódco. Oddział w gotowości. Wykonuję rozkaz. Rozkazy? Zrozumiano, dowódco. Czekam na rozkazy.
Good.
Na rozkaz. Zajmuję pozycję. Dowódco? Zajmuję pozycję. Rozkazy?
Actually, I'm gonna redirect this. To here.
Rozkazy? Zrozumiano, dowódco. Potwierdzam. Przyjąłem.
Okay.
Rozkazy? Działamy.
It goes there.
Tak jest, dowódco. Zgłaszam się. Wykonuję. Dowódco.
I feel like this is going to be the main
Zrozumiano.
place where they're going to come across.
Zrozumiano. Czekam na rozkazy. Gotowi do akcji. Zrozumiano. Oddział w gotowości. Zajmuję pozycję. Na rozkaz. Ruszamy. Gotowi do akcji. Zgłaszam się. Potwierdzam. Na rozkaz. Tak jest. Dowódco? Wykonuję rozkaz.
That's a T-72.
Dowódco?
A Bushmaster can pen a T-72.
Tak jest, dowódco.
Enemy spotted in critical sector.
Zgłaszam się. Oddział w gotowości. Zrozumiano, dowódco. Czekam na rozkazy. Dowódco? Dowódco? Naprzód. Czekamy na polecenia. Czekamy na polecenia. Czekam na rozkazy.
Okay,
Tak jest, dowódco. Gotowi do akcji. Ruszamy. Oddział w gotowości. Wykonuję. Rozkazy? Naprzód.
Enemy unit destroyed.
I'm gonna get out these units just because.
Potwierdzam.
Sector secured. Sector secured.
Tak jest. Kierunek potwierdzony. Czekam na rozkazy. Czekamy na polecenia. Przyjąłem. Rozkazy? Rozkazy? Zgłaszam się. Oddział w gotowości.
Unit ready. Enemy artillery
Czekam na
incoming.
rozkazy.
Sector secured.
Artillery. Okay, that's gonna be a bit of an issue.
Zgłaszam się. Tak jest, dowódco. Ruszamy. Tak jest, dowódco. Czekamy na polecenia.
Okay,
Zgłaszam się. Kierunek potwierdzony. Rozkazy?
Enemy artillery
Oddział w
incoming.
gotowości.
Unit ready.
Na rozkaz.
Enemy unit destroyed. Sector secured.
Rozkazy? Wykonuję rozkaz. Tak jest, dowódco. Wykonuję. Zajmuję pozycję. Czekamy na polecenia. Oddział w gotowości. Oddział w gotowości. Zrozumiano, dowódco. Rozkazy? Przemieszczam się. Wykonuję rozkaz. Czekam na rozkazy. Czekam na rozkazy.
Unit ready. Unit retreating.
Przemieszczam się.
Sector secured.
okay.
Na rozkaz. Potwierdzam.
Alpha and Bravo.
Gotowi do
Oh,
akcji.
nice. Okay.
Wykonuję. Czekamy na polecenia. Gotowi do akcji.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Czekam na
Sector
rozkazy.
secured.
Kierunek potwierdzony. Na rozkaz. Czekam na rozkazy. Potwierdzam. Oddział w gotowości. Potwierdzam. Dowódco.
Enemy spotted in critical
Wykonuję
sector.
rozkaz.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Kierunek potwierdzony.
Enemy unit destroyed. Enemy artillery incoming. Sector secured. Enemy artillery incoming.
Gotowi do akcji.
Sector secured. Enemy spotted in critical sector. Enemy unit destroyed.
Zgłaszam się.
Wow, okay,
Zgłaszam się. Ruszamy.
that could be an issue.
Czekamy na polecenia. Przemieszczam się. Rozkazy? Przemieszczam się.
Let's revert that back.
Dowódco? Zrozumiano. Działamy.
Unit retreating. Unit retreating.
Tak jest. Dowódco?
Enemy
Tak
unit
jest.
destroyed.
Dowódco?
Sector secured. Enemy unit destroyed.
Dowódco? Gotowi do akcji. Na rozkaz. W drodze. Dowódco?
Enemy unit destroyed.
I
Enemy
need to,
artillery incoming.
I need to get in
Oddział w
this,
gotowości.
and I need you to unload here.
Zajmuję
No.
pozycję. Dowódco? Zrozumiano, dowódco.
Here we're missing.
Gotowi do akcji. Na rozkaz. Tak jest, dowódco. Zgłaszam się. Dowódco. Oddział w gotowości. Tak jest, dowódco.
Okay, so that's actually set. We need to get... those out. Get both of these out.
Critical sector secured. Unit retreating.
Czekamy na polecenia.
Enemy artillery incoming. IFV unit lost.
Zgłaszam się. Ruszamy. Zajmuję pozycję. Działamy. Przyjąłem. Zajmuję pozycję.
IFV unit lost.
Czekam na rozkaz.
Jesus.
Dowódco.
Sector secured.
Zrozumiano. Zgłaszam się. Na rozkaz. Przyjąłem.
Right there, maybe?
Understood. Na rozkaz. W drodze. Rozkazy?
Need to move this back.
Unit retreating.
Rozkazy?
Critical sector secured.
Rozkazy? Wykonuję. Ruszamy? Wykonuję rozkaz. Naprzód! Zrozumiano.
Unit ready. Unit retreating.
Okay.
Czekam na rozkazy. Potwierdzam.
Unit ready.
Oddział w gotowości.
Enemy spotted in critical sector.
Charlie?
Czekamy na polecenia. Gotowi do akcji. Czekamy na polecenia. Naprzód. Na rozkaz. Gotowi do akcji.
I don't see this guy in Sector Charlie at all.
Działamy. Zgłaszam się. Zajmuję pozycję.
Unit ready.
We're losing this.
Czekam na rozkazy. Czekamy na polecenia. Wykonuję. Tak jest, dowódco. Oddział w gotowości. Czekam na
Unit ready.
rozkazy. Gotowi do akcji. Rozkazy? Czekamy na polecenia.
Okay. We're gonna
Działamy.
stack more of this
Na rozkaz.
back in this direction, but we're just gonna make sure that nothing comes around us on the left side.
Gotowi do akcji.
I'm gonna put this EW here. Actually, I'm gonna put it here. And then I'm going to call in a second. Can I get a second deployment zone? All the way back here. With this and oh, I need more intel.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Dowódco? Tak jest, dowódco. Dowódco.
Sector
Przyjąłem.
secured.
Działamy.
I need to save
Unit
this.
retreating.
Rozkazy? Przyjąłem. Oddział w gotowości. Rozkazy? Przemieszczam się.
Sector secured.
Dowódco?
Sector secured.
Tak jest, dowódco. Czekam na rozkazy.
Unit
Zgłaszam
ready.
się.
Unit retreating.
Zgłaszam się. Zgłaszam się. W drodze. Czekam na
Unit
rozkazy.
ready.
Przyjąłem. Gotowi do akcji. Wykonuję rozkaz. Czekamy
Unit
na
ready.
polecenia.
What's my toggle weapon array over here?
Zajmuję pozycję. Wykonuję. Dowódco?
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Rozkazy?
Enemy unit destroyed.
Czekamy na polecenia. Zgłaszam się. Zrozumiano, dowódco. Na rozkaz. Czekam na rozkazy. Zrozumiano. Gotowi do akcji. Czekamy na polecenia.
Unit ready.
Czekam na rozkazy.
Enemy artillery incoming.
Zgłaszam się. Wykonuję
Electronic
rozkaz.
warfare unit lost.
Oh damn.
Na
Okay.
rozkaz. Czekamy na polecenia.
They're trying to come up on my left,
Oddział w gotowości.
which is
Zrozumiano.
why I'm putting these guys up over here.
Wykonuję.
The other one
Zgłaszam
here.
się.
It's in Charlie. Where could it be in Charlie? Where's my other electronic warfare?
Rozkazy?
I can't get this up further, could I? I technically could, but I think we've killed everything that we want to.
Enemy unit destroyed. Unit retreating. Infantry
Czekamy
unit
na
lost.
polecenia.
Infantry unit lost.
Rozkazy? Gotowi do akcji.
We can go like that.
Tak jest, dowódco. Gotowi do akcji.
Unit retreating.
Czekam
Electronic
na rozkazy.
warfare unit lost.
Tak jest, dowódco. Zajmuję pozycję.
Move this all the way back.
Czekamy na polecenia. Target acquired.
Unit retreating. Enemy unit destroyed.
Na rozkaz.
Unit ready. Enemy artillery incoming.
Rozkazy? Wykonuję. Czekamy na polecenia. Understood.
Tank unit lost. Enemy unit destroyed. Unit ready. Enemy unit destroyed. Enemy unit destroyed. Helicopter unit lost.
Zgłaszam się. Oddział w gotowości. Zrozumiano. Kierunek potwierdzony. Przemieszczam się. Czekam na rozkazy. Działamy.
Unit ready.
Rounds out.
Unit ready. Unit retreating.
Czekam na rozkazy.
What's the actual...
Kierunek potwierdzony. Gotowi do akcji. Dowódco? Gotowi do akcji. Na rozkaz. Dowódco? Zajmuję pozycję. Czekam na rozkazy. Zgłaszam się.
Unit ready.
Rozkazy? Zajmuję pozycję. Rozkazy? Gotowi do akcji. Potwierdzam.
Enemy artillery incoming.
Potwierdzam.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Czekam na rozkazy. Na rozkaz. Aiming target.
Unit ready.
Czekam na rozkaz.
Unit retreating.
Dowódco? Zgłaszam się.
Hey.
Zrozumiano. W drodze. Oddział w gotowości. W drodze.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Oddział w gotowości. Rozkazy? Naprzód. Działamy. Wykonuję rozkaz. Tak jest. Dowódco? Czekamy na polecenia. Ruszamy. Rozkazy? Czekamy na polecenia. Ruszamy. Wykonuję. Dowódco?
Enemy artillery incoming. Electronic warfare unit lost.
Launched.
Damn, I don't know where this actually is.
Zgłaszam się. Gotowi do akcji.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Tak jest, dowódco.
Unfortunately, I can't really.
Na rozkaz.
Enemy artillery incoming.
Zgłaszam się. Gotowi do akcji.
Infantry unit
Na
lost.
rozkaz. Czekamy na polecenia. Gotowi do akcji.
Unit retreating.
Tak jest, dowódco. Czekam na rozkazy.
Enemy unit destroyed. IFV unit lost.
Firing up.
IFV unit lost. Enemy unit destroyed.
Target acquired.
Infantry unit lost. Enemy unit destroyed.
Tak jest, dowódco.
Enemy
Przemieszczam
artillery
się.
incoming.
W drodze. Dowódco.
Recon unit lost.
There's no reason for that to be a thing.
Rozkaz. Naprzód.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Gotowi do akcji. Czekamy na polecenia. Oddział w gotowości. Zrozumiano, dowódco. Przemieszczam się. Kierunek potwierdzony. Czekam na rozkazy. W drodze.
Enemy
Zajmuję
unit destroyed.
pozycję.
IFV
Dowódco?
unit lost.
Potwierdzam. Dowódco? Zajmuję pozycję. Rozkazy?
I'm gonna bring in a couple of tanks.
Enemy artillery incoming.
Tak jest, dowódco.
Tank unit lost.
Jesus Christ.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Locking on.
Enemy spotted in critical sector. Unit retreating. Unit ready.
Dowódco. Zrozumiano.
Recon unit lost.
Na rozkaz. Ruszamy. Kierunek potwierdzony.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Oddział gotowości. Wykonuję rozkaz.
Unit ready.
Zrozumiano, dowódco. Przyjąłem. Gotowi do akcji.
Enemy unit destroyed. Enemy captured the critical sector.
What are you talking about? Did they
Enemy
get
unit destroyed.
behind me? Oh no, they regained that.
Enemy unit destroyed.
But the bridge is broke.
Czekamy na polecenia.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Zgłaszam się.
Enemy unit
Przyjąłem.
destroyed.
So he can't actually get through there anyway.
Enemy unit destroyed. Enemy unit destroyed. Enemy spotted in critical sector. Enemy unit destroyed. Recon unit lost. Recon unit lost.
Czekam na rozkazy.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Czekamy na polecenia.
Enemy artillery incoming. Mortar unit lost.
Jesus, they are hitting us with so much stuff. I didn't think they would hit us with this much. Jesus.
Gotowi do akcji. Naprzód. Rozkazy? Tak jest, dowódco. Tak jest, dowódco. Rozkazy? Zrozumiano, dowódco.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Czekam na rozkazy. Tak jest.
Enemy unit destroyed. Unit
Zgłaszam się.
retreating. Unit retreating.
Oddział gotowości. Czekam na
1
rozkazy.
minute remaining. IFV unit
Zgłaszam
lost.
się. Na rozkaz.
Electronic warfare
Oddział
unit lost.
gotowości.
Enemy captured the critical sector. Unit retreating. Enemy artillery incoming. Enemy unit destroyed. Enemy unit destroyed.
We need to hold it
Unit
for...
retreating. Unit ready. Enemy unit destroyed. Infantry unit lost.
Oddział gotowości.
Tank unit lost. Enemy unit destroyed.
Czekam na rozkazy.
Unit retreating. Unit retreating.
Tak jest, dowódco. Zrozumiano.
Tank unit lost.
Wykonuję.
Enemy unit destroyed. Unit ready.
Wow.
Enemy unit destroyed.
4, 3, 2, and 1. They're
Unit
backing up.
retreating.
Wow, this is gonna be a fun game when this comes out. Give me a little preview here, little 2-hour little preview of what could be when this game actually does come out. Oh, it's a war in Europe, of course. I think this is also could be expanded to maybe say Navy, and you could have maybe a little bit of a war in Asia, maybe, because that could be, because these are all tiles, so maybe that could be one as well, where you have sea detection, but also like the US, you could also have some of that ones, because obviously we're going to get our asses kicked here because we didn't exactly do what we should have done. Like in all of this, but this looks like it's gonna be a fun game. Yeah, because we kind of botched this itself. Also, on the flip side, playing as Russia and trying to go through this would be also pretty entertaining as well, because you need to slog through all of Europe and all of this. Like this would be a straight slog. And with all the economic portions, maybe you start in 2008 and it gives you 20 years to build up like Poland. That could be a big one too. Fortress Poland against Russia. So that's interesting. But also it looks like you can probably pick from the other nations as well. So maybe you could do like a different one where it's like Fortress, one of these Balkans hell, since you could pick Ukraine, you could probably go 2008 and make Fortress Ukraine, which I think would be also another one that could be fun, where your entire purpose is to try to ensure you don't get overrun by Russia. In real life, to give you a little bit of a kind of a lesson, at least I know a lot about the first part of the war wise. So I want to say the Russian troops were staged up there at Vybiansk or Smolensk in the landing happened. I'm gonna have to go back. Let's go back and get a clean map of this, because I do need this clean map wise. Because I think the borders with Belarus did change in that. Okay, no it didn't. This gives me a little bit more idea. Okay, so gives here, it's not on the map because it's technically like outside. So there was an air assault at Hostomel in the first part of the war. It was up here. It's like in between all of these. It might technically be annotated in one of these cities. I just remember there was a YouTube video I kind of went over, and it was the start of the war with it, and the landing was here, and the Ukrainians beat them there, but also the follow-on air assault forces didn't actually sync up with the attack around Hostomel, and I think it's Hostomel Airport or whatever it's called now, on the north side of Kiev wise. So their follow-on forces didn't actually go through. Then they tried to punch an armored force south, and it got bogged down around in here because the Russians weren't actually holding their supply chain, and they ended up pulling out here, and that's why the Kiev offensive never worked. And they stopped trying to fight through the northern sector portion, because really the Russian objectives are through here, Kirkov, for a land bridge. So it would be interesting to see exactly what this is, and it is actually interesting that you have Transnistria here as a buffer zone. Then you have another buffer zone of free Ukraine, and that is something also of kind of the idea of here. Well, North Korea is obviously its own country wise. North Korea exists for the sole person to be a buffer between South Korea and the US and China. So that's like, this entire country is a buffer zone more than anything for China. And we have a couple of other ones like that as well, for buffer zones. We had one technically in Germany wise, but in a way how it was split, West Germany was technically a buffer zone for the most part, from Poland. So there's a couple of things. I know Austria was never in NATO, still not in NATO wise, so it was kind of a buffer zone between NATO and Italy, which kind of was hilarious in that. So there's a couple of them, but I think this could be a good game. Give you an idea if you want to play the playtest. I don't know if the playtest is gone for the entire cycle. So yeah, it goes on, I think, to the 20th. And they did had an update with some patches for the playtest. So it is part of the next fest. So for tomorrow, I think this could be a big one. It's on my radar, and I'm really looking forward to some of these. Kind of reminds me of a lot like the old Superpower games. If you played the old Superpower games, those were amazing. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play it as much as I wanted to, but those games were great, and it kind of gives me a feeling of that. So thanks for hanging out. Go and leave a like below, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next couple of Next Fest games.